What's going on, guys, and welcome to another blockchain future. During the bull run of 2017, there was a lot of talk by especially the major financial institutions that the cryptocurrencies out there were bad and that blockchain itself was a good technology that could be incorporated into the financial system. Uh, and most of the people that were into cryptocurrency then, and even well before that point, really did not like that statement because it showed that those people in the financial industry that were making that statement did not understand cryptocurrency and its value and what it could bring uh, people in general. This article really shows that notion is changing, and Bitcoin being the granddaddy of all the cryptos, that sentiment is changing, and more people are realizing that Bitcoin is more than just some sort of currency to use for Silk Road or on the dark markets. It's actually something that is beneficial and moving forward, something that will be used by a lot of people. But this article really kind of goes in. Alex Tapscott, the co founder of Blockchain Research Institute, claimed that people are excited about the field of digital assets now because of the positive changes in the ecosystem. Tapscott claimed that the internet, despite having worked for several industries, did not make a real impact in the transactional and financial area, which is true. We have seen the internet change so much, but besides online banking, we really haven't seen the internet change finance like we really need. Being able to move value back and forth between people really hasn't changed in a way the internet has imported the current fiat system into it, which really does not work very well. And blockchain and cryptocurrencies is really just the next evolution of the internet, in my opinion. But here's a direct quote from Alex. When value is online and offline, then we need to trust other parties that will make commerce work. Blockchain changed the internet of information to the internet of value, and the internet of value is much larger. Earlier, the thought was that Bitcoin was bad and blockchain was good, but now that more and more people in the industry have become more educated, they have realized that it is much more complex than that. Now, if you go back, it's an embarrassing video, but if you go back to the very first video that I did bring up the internet of value. The internet of value is really the all-encompassing term that is describing what is being built by all these different cryptocurrencies and blockchain. It describes the infrastructure and the system that is being built that allows for easy value transfer, that it's not possible without these cryptocurrencies. And I completely agree with what Alex is saying here in this statement. Another quote here is, there are two ways to tackle the application of blockchain. One is thinking that it does not apply to you, which is not a recommended way to go about it. The second, and the way that I would suggest to consider the benefits it will provide. The technology will enable a user to reduce reliance on counterparties and even reduce the impact on the savings. And what he's saying here is that if you, and I've built this channel to kind of express this point. The first video that I did, I was talking about how there's too many YouTube channels out there that are all about the money, all about the price of a current token. But what's really important here is that blockchain and cryptos are building a foundation, a technical foundation for all of these new services to be built on top of. Ethereum is an especially good example of it, that allows things like Maker, like Compound, like Dharma, some of these other items that I've gone over in other videos. Those items are really the future of finance, and there's a lot of parallels, and I'm sure you've heard it from a ton of people. There's a lot of parallels between what is going on right now with blockchain and what was going on with the internet in the late 90s, early 2000s. Now I bet people can't even imagine using or not having items like Facebook or Twitter. And the internet is ingrained into our lives. And the same thing is going to happen with blockchain. Same thing is going to happen with cryptocurrencies. There will be a time in the future, could be 5 years, could be 2 years, could be 10 years, where you will make a payment using a cryptocurrency to buy groceries, to buy gas, to buy anything. It will happen. So one of the items here that is actually showing that we are moving in this direction, and that this headline that the notion of Bitcoin is bad and blockchain is good is changing, is that Fidelity has actually gone live with their custody service. And if anybody is aware, Fidelity is a very large institution. I believe they have almost $1 trillion that they manage in retirement, in pensions, in different funds. And they've gone live for just a few select people, but as their tweet says here, we are live with a select group of eligible clients and will continue rolling out slowly. Our solutions are focused on the needs of hedge funds, family offices, pensions, endowments, and other institutional investors. And then it gives a link to more on the project. Now, I believe the Modern Investor actually brought this up in one of his videos. And I'm not trying to copy him. His channel is awesome. But the big word in here is pensions. The fact that pensions are getting involved with digital assets is pretty big. The reason being is that, again, I am taking this from the Modern Investor. He was saying that, and check out his channel, by the way, it's great. He was saying that pensions and retirement funds really don't get involved with items that they don't think are going to be around in 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now. They only get involved in things that are good long-term investments. So the fact that we have Fidelity getting into crypto, getting into digital assets, shows that it's not going anywhere. These crypto is not going anywhere. It's going to be here for a long time, and it's still very early. But this is just another example of the shift in institutional investors that we've seen. Kind of the sentiment that we saw 2016, 2017, where they said that Bitcoin was a joke. There's still some people out there that are saying Bitcoin is a joke, but for the most part, a lot of the financial industry has gotten on board, saying that they're coming out with real products here. So this is really good. We have a good sentiment change here that crypto is a good thing. The sentiment about it being, just used for evil things is shifting, and the people that are smart are getting on board. And a few years from now, we'll be looking back on this point and wondering why more people didn't see this coming. Anyway, I thought I'd just make this quick video. Thanks. Have a good one.